Good morning. I turned my desk around. So now I face the TV instead of facing the. So my idea was to have my desk facing the windows, except because I'm OCD, I had to center the desk in the room and I was staring at that wall instead of out a window, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but my desk and everything is sitting on this big rug. So I just grabbed a corner of the rug and turned it, and everything just turned around so nicely. So anyway, the girls come over last night, and Naomi looks in here and she said, "You've replaced everything in your office." I said, "I didn't replace everything, I just moved everything." She said, "That's what I mean, you replaced it." I mean, I guess I get why you're saying replaced in the manner of you placed it differently, but replaced indicates I got all new. And she said, "No, replaced means you moved it around." Okay, you know what? I'm not arguing with you. If that's what you want to think, I'm here for it. I am here for it. Now let me tell you what I did to her. It was so funny. She didn't find it funny. I found it quite hilarious. Hold on. Okay. She wanted to make a cake. So she asked me if I would go ahead and make the cake, because all she wants to do is ice it, really. That's, she don't care about the cake making part. She's got that down. So the last time I went to Publix, they had all of their, I think it was the Betty Crocker cakes, buy one, get one free. And the icings, I think Betty Crocker icings were also buy one, get one free. So I bought 4 cakes. Well, I bought 3 cakes and 1 box of brownies and 4 tubs of frosting, 2 chocolate and 2 vanilla. And she's been coming over about once a week and making a cake, which is great. I love it. I mean, I don't eat them, but I will eat a bite, okay? So she's got this new thing where she likes to shave the top off of the cake to make it flat, except she doesn't know how to do it right. So, and it's 1 layer cake, and you really don't, well, I guess you could. She's not doing it right. She's just taking a knife and cutting the top off of it, and you're supposed to use one of those, it looks like dental floss on 2 pieces of metal that you pull across and it does it all straight. I'm not telling her there's a device for it, because then she'll be asking for it. Well, anyway, she shaves the top off of it, and then she goes and gives that to Phoenix. And Phoenix is eating the cake, it's on a napkin, and she's munching on that. So I went off and did something, I don't know, went somewhere and did something, I don't know. I came back into the kitchen, and she had this chunk of cake laying off to the side of the cake. So in my defense, I thought it was just more she had shaved off, right? So I grabbed it, and I grabbed some frosting out of the tub, and I wiped it on that piece of just little chunk of cake, and I am busy shoving it in my mouth, okay? Because I was excited to have just a little bite of cake. And I got to quit eating this gluten, because it's going to catch up with me. It's not going to be pretty when it catches up with me. But anyway, I'm mid-shoving the cake in my face when she comes back in to the room or turns around or whatever. I wasn't even paying attention. I was in a cake moment, eating it off the palm of my hand. And she goes, "Miss Tracy, where's my chunk of cake?" And I'm standing over the sink like this, shoving it in my mouth. And I turned to her and I said, huh? And she said, Miss Tracy, that's the center of the cake. And I said, oh, spit. oh, spit. And then I got so tickled that I was literally crying, and I couldn't even eat the cake that was in my mouth because I was laughing so hard. And she's like, what am I going to do now? So apparently, she cut a plug out of the center of the cake, and she was going to fill the plug, the hole, not the plug, the hole, with frosting, icing, whatever you want to call it, and some sprinkles. And then she was going to mash that plug back down on top of it, kind of as a surprise in the middle of the cake. Well, I didn't know that. Okay? I did not know. And I'm over there shoving this thing in my face like I've never eaten cake before in my life. I laughed so hard. I mean, I had tears pouring down my face. I was laughing so hard at this image of me standing over the sink with this little chunk of cake with this smear of icing on it, shoving it in my mouth like an animal. I mean, it was hilarious. And then she got tickled, even though she was trying to pretend to be mad at me. She got tickled about it, and we both were just laughing hysterically over this. So she just filled it up with icing anyway and didn't worry about putting the plug back in it. There's no plug, honey. That plug is on its way to my belly. It's on its way to my belly. Don't cut out a chunk of cake and leave it sitting on the countertop, okay? I'm just saying, because I'm apt to grab it. Well, then Phoenix came back in with her little shaved off pieces, and I smeared some frosting on hers and made her sit at the counter and eat it. But we had a really good time with the cake making last night, even though I ate the plug. I ate the plug. I didn't know. Oh, and I got an email finally this morning from this other MRI place. So I went ahead and resent them the order. They sent me an email saying, we've received word that you're trying to make an appointment. Please reply with your order. Well, dude, that's how you got my number, was off the order. Ugh. Several people asked why my doctor didn't schedule it. We have such a, I don't know, large system down here that you schedule your MRI wherever you want to go. They're literally on every corner. So you just pick, you can get the most, you can get the first available. So yesterday when I called the Wellstar, which is our hospital system, and said I need to schedule an MRI, she said, I have one next Thursday, whatever that date is, the 9th, in LaGrange. I said, did you say LaGrange? And she goes, yes, ma'am. Oh, it looks like it's 75 miles from your home. I said, I'm not going to LaGrange. I mean, I was going to step outside the box just to go down to Atlanta, but it's only 20 miles to Atlanta. I'm not driving 75 miles for an MRI. No, not today, not tomorrow, and not ever, okay? I mean, unless it was just the world's best MRI where I didn't have to lay down in a tube, okay? But no. So they booked it for the 16th at Windy Hill, which is still going towards Atlanta. But if this place can get me in sooner or before my appointment on the 20th, then I'll take it and I'll cancel the other one, because that way I don't have to lay down. But, I mean, I'll be fine. I'll be fine either way. The problem that I had in the last MRI where I got all panicky is because it was hot in there and there was no air movement. And I was extremely thirsty. So I think if I had some chewing gum, in my mouth to keep me occupied, and not so thirsty, and it's not dry, and it's not hot and no air movement, I think I'll be fine in the MRI machine laying down. But if this place can get me in, then I'll try it out. Why not, right? Right. I'm at work, watching Diagnosis Murder on YouTube. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to work now. But I wanted to tell you that I replaced everything in my office. And I guiltily, is that a word? Shoved the chocolate covered plug in my mouth. Hey, you know what? Don't leave it on the counter is all I'm saying, because it's fair game when it's on the counter. Okay, I'll be back. There's some screaming sound over there, and then there's crows in the tree here. What are y'all hollering about? Of course, now they stopped. But they've been yelling very loudly. It's a murder of crows. A group of crows is called a murder. Murder. It's a murder of crows up in the trees. And they're not going to make a sound just because I started making a video. I see how it is. Rude. Yeah. Goodbye. Where's the other one? He ain't leaving. Oh well. Well, I reckon that's it for this video. There's Miss Penny, the divine Miss Penn, sleeping in her little bed. And I'm sleeping in my chair. Not really, I'm not sleeping. I wish I was sleeping. But anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Toodles.